Hello there, long time no see. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. As you can see Booker in the background, today's theme is going to be him, and as you see to the right of me, there's this amazing product I wanted to get right into and talk about, and it's called LumaSoothe. And a little bit about this product is that basically it's the most technologically advanced device that is made for your pet that you can actually use, and it's made for so many different things such as inflammation, and there's 2 treatment modules which the device comes with, and it provides both deep and shallow therapy, which is so cool because you have a little attachment for the light. And so what I'm going to do is open it for you. I've had this device now since I would say 4 months. I got this device in October of 2020, the end of October, so all of November, December, January, February. We've had this device for 4 months. The first month I purchased the device, I opened it up. I was so very excited to try this. I had done a lot of research based on my dog's injuries. So he has had a couple of different injuries in the knee, one in the left called cruciate ligament injury, and it's apparently a disease that some dogs can get if you possibly fix them too early and do not allow their bones to grow properly in the right fashion. Now, it is not encouraged, of course, to not fix a dog most of the time, unless they're extinct or something, because we have so many different breeds and so many different dogs that are in need of adoption that it's probably not advised to do that right about now in our world. This device comes with a bag, which I always use, and I even put a purple matching carabiner on it so I can attach it to something if need be. And it also has the light, which is a super simple device, and it's scientifically proven to be just as effective as the professional laser devices that they use at veterinarians or hospitals for inflammation. So although I'm talking about my dog Booker, I've actually used this device on myself, and I will talk about that momentarily as well. This is one of the attachments, as you can see, and it is the deep treatment attachment. So I use this on Booker daily in the morning, early on in the morning, for about an hour, up to an hour of treatment. Each, there's a timer, and there's 15-minute treatments that is put onto the animal, and you turn the power button on, so a little green light comes on. Right here is the power, and when you press the on button, it starts flashing on and off a green colored light. Now, something cool about this, I'm going to turn it off, but the timer will go for 15 minutes, and it gets a little bit warm over time, and you can put it, say you have pain in your arm and you have tendonitis. Doing this a little bit would help. I would say just try it, 15-minute treatment, but on your pet, namely, that's what it'll do. So over time it turns warm. And even though it's a green color, the light is actually an infrared invisible light that is on the animal. You just don't see it. So that's something that's really cool about it as well. And then there is a surface treatment light, and there's just a little attachment, and you switch it by pressing a little button right here, and once you press that button it comes off, which is super cool, and then you plug it back in. Now I need to make sure that I'm not backwards, which I might be, and it should just click on, which it did, and then again turn on the power. And this is cool because this is again the surface treatment light. So this is for if you have a skin, your dog, it has maybe rashes or open skin wound, they just had a surgery, or they got bit by something unexpectedly, or you just had to put them through a surgery, God forbid, but hopefully it'll make them better, and so you turn the power light on the same way. And again, it's 15-minute treatments, and this time it's a super cool, different colored light. I don't know if I can, you can see it through this, but you just put it here. So what I did, actually, I got bit. I got bit by a dog back a couple of months ago, and it was quite traumatic. Booker was there, and I will talk about that in another episode. But immediately I started using this every single night. I'd hold the 15-minute treatment just like this, barely warm because again it's a surface treatment, but it has some magic capillaries in it, and basically this is the shallow therapy, and it's treating a myriad of conditions. And so the result, for over 40 years of experience they have in the industry, and if they're founding partners and advisors, this is a commitment to help pet owners and pets. And I just can't say enough wonderful things about this product. I should probably continue holding it here because I actually did it for, I must say, the first week every single day, and the hole closed up very quickly. And then of course I do it on him every day for an hour, so I know I need to continue doing it on myself a little more often. So this is a magic device, and I would highly recommend purchasing it for your dog if he or she suffers from arthritis or inflammation, or they just had a cruciate ligament tear, because that is something that can happen in larger breeds, but really any dog. And as your dog ages, these are very normal conditions that will occur. There's a couple of other really awesome things that I do with Booker besides this LumaSooth light more recently, but this has enabled and helped us and helped Booker and me to not have to give him any pain medication at this point, which is very exciting. So I'm doing it all natural, and this is naturally helping to reduce his inflammation significantly so he doesn't have to suffer in pain. And if you can remove the inflammation from your dog from the moment they wake up, and possibly if you want to exercise them after they exercise, then you're really doing a good thing for your animal. And of course, depending on their diet and how often you're feeding them treats, those all make a difference in the health of of their life and how often you exercise them. But a light such as this, it's a commitment, so you have to have at least an hour a day. But I would say in the first 30 days, recommended, just these were my results that I saw for Booker, that you do it every single day for the first 30 days, up to 3 times a day in every treatment area that actually is pointed onto the dog. So if I can just briefly explain that, I know it's kind of difficult. They do give these really awesome pictures. So there's this picture of the dog, and there's some treatment areas that you can see, which one of them's not actually posted here, but it's on their neck, which is right here. I do treat Booker's neck a lot, but I always do the outside of the left knee, the right knee, and right here, as that's where the hips are, and that's a really major arthritic swelling point. And if you notice they're limping on one leg, I just kind of wanted to explain, this is their spine, right? And that these are different spinal cord and ligaments in their spine, and it goes all the way down to their tail, which is so fascinating. So as you notice that they are inflamed, and you massage them more in those areas on the spine and through the tail and on their hips, and really massage their knees with your thumbs, it really does help to continue the circulation in the animal. And Booker does a lot of dreaming at night, and so he does a really good job at flexing and stretching and running still, and he's exercising back up to hiking again. So besides this light, there will be other items that I talk about soon on my channel, but I really wanted to introduce you to that light today and to offer it to you. Underneath here, you will see it below in the description, as well as it's on my website. And when your dog has something such as arthritis or knee joint pain, hip dysplasia, anything like that, there are a couple other, besides laser treatment, that this device offers in the comfort of your own home. As long as you're consistent, it proves to be just as effective as the professional grade lasers, again, that they use in hospitals or vets. And also you can add trying acupuncture to your animal. That's something I recently tried and noticed it's been quite effective for Booker. Now, depending on the severity of their injury, if you don't make them rest too long before, when they're injured, and you try to bring them back to health by massage and by light therapy and by healthy diet and everything, acupuncture is a really good thing to try if you can afford it. Now, be careful on how much they recommend that it needs to happen. I would say I've been given a lot of false information when it comes to my dog Booker, and a lot of what we do is intuition, and we really have to trust what we're doing, although it might be scary at times. But I think if we just keep in mind that when they go to the bathroom, they can't wipe, the ground, they can't pick up their pee-pee or their poo. We go in, obviously, a toilet, so it's our responsibility as owners, to pick that up. And I think just as when they're sore, they can't really massage their back, right? Thankfully they have their back hind legs to itch their ears, and they have their little dew claws for the front to help them grip things when they're eating treats, you know, but they can't really get to the top of their back if you consider that, and they really can't massage it. So when a dog's able to roll over on his back and put his legs up, that's a pretty incredible experience, especially as they age. So just keep your dog limber and moving, and if you live on stairs, I would say that's a real something to be very careful of, you know, especially if your dog is older and suffers from arthritis. I also wanted to offer you a couple of pieces of information which I've just learned from meeting different doctors, so many different veterinarians, and trial and error of what I've known and learned what worked for Booker. Since he turned about 7, I was, you know, noticing his knee injuries, and that's when he had his first knee surgery. And one of the vets I had recently met suggested to stop feeding him chicken, where before that I was sort of misled to be giving him this urinary food that helped to relieve his blood in his urine and make sure he doesn't get, you know, urinary tract infections. And again, this is, I think, due back to a surgery with an infection. He doesn't eat chicken anymore. I stopped feeding Booker chicken a few months back, and I've noticed that's made a big difference in his diet now is turkey, beef, and salmon. I give him a lot of other wonderful supplements as well, which I will talk about in upcoming videos. But please do let me know what you think of this video. And aside from the acupuncture I wanted to mention today, and laser, is hydrotherapy. I would really consider you exploring for your pet. That is something that is proven to also be quite effective, and I must say Booker did his first week with 3 minutes in the treadmill and learned very quickly. And although that might not seem like a long time, there's quite a bit of weight coming at them, but it really helps them to evenly use their joints without any pressure or any pain, and it's helping him to get back in alignment so he can recover fully from this second right knee injury. So when you do use the light, the last thing I want to mention is if you can't sit around all day and put the light on your dog, please don't think that that's what it's like. The first hour of the morning is I wake up quite early, and Booker's still usually sleeping and resting, and he has a lot of beds. I'm actually sitting on one of his beds on his acupressure pad right now as we speak. I put the pillow, if I have to, you know, balance the light, and kind of sit it on his leg as he lays there, and it sort of just sits here, and if it's at an angle, you just put the pillow right underneath so it doesn't fall. And it works wonders for him and really does help reduce their inflammation and their pain. And the best news is it's literally $174. You have nothing to lose. It has a money back guarantee. And I really encourage you to purchase the LumaSooth light therapy for pets and for yourself. Have a wonderful day. Thanks always for your likes and your views and your subscription. I hope to see you soon, and until next time, cheers.